UN Human Rights Council because of alleged atrocities. Democrats will take a key test vote this morning on Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson's Supreme Court confirmation.
And then, sometime before heading out for a 2-week recess after Friday, the full Senate will officially vote on whether to confirm Judge Jackson. Democrats only need a simple majority to confirm President Biden's nominee. 3 Republicans have already announced they plan to join Democrats to push the nominee to the nation's highest court. Faith Abube, ABC News, Washington.
The House voting to hold former Trump aide Peter Navarro and aide Dan Scavino in contempt for failing to cooperate with the January 6th committee. Republican Ronnie Jackson.
The American people are tired of this partisan January 6th circus. It's time to stop this nonsense now.
And Democrat Jamie Raskin.
The insurrectionists and the lawbreakers deserve your contempt because they are acting in contempt of the rule of law and the Constitution of the United States.
The Masters begins today, and if he goes for it, Tiger Woods will tee off right after 10:30 Eastern Time this morning.
Few golfers have ever been so dominant at the sprawling Augusta National Golf Club, but simply walking up and down the terrain and hitting shots off uneven lies will no doubt be difficult for someone who less than 14 months ago nearly lost his right leg in a car wreck. The 46-year-old 5-time Masters champ is looking to complete perhaps the greatest comeback of his career.
That's ABC's Mark Remillard. And a bit delayed, but it's opening day. First game of the baseball season, Cubs and Brewers this afternoon at Wrigley Field. You're listening to ABC News.
Ew, Dad, why are toenails so ugly and yellow?
Hey, it's James, and if you're like me and suffer from toenail fungus, please pay close attention. Let's face it, toe fungus is embarrassing. I was afraid to take my socks off and hid my yellow and crumbly toes from everybody. But nail fungus isn't just a cosmetic problem. It can also be dangerous. Even a small spot can spread and get worse. But no matter what I tried, it seemed like my fungus would never go away. Then I discovered Crystal Flush, the new FDA-registered at-home treatment. This unique 2-step system flushes out fungus at its source and reverses damaged nails. Finally, me and thousands of others are free from fungus. And you can be too. Call now, and for a limited time, you can try Crystal Flush risk-free for 30 days. Call 800-764-9219. That's 800-764-9219. Eliminate your toe fungus once and for all, guaranteed. Call now, 800-764-9219, or visit crystalflush.com.
Another big fentanyl bust, this one in California. As we hear from ABC's Alex Stone, the suspects had enough of the drug to kill everyone in Los Angeles and Seattle combined.
There was enough fentanyl in the minivan to kill 4.7 million people, according to the Orange County District Attorney's Office. They say inside of a van pulled over in March, the police found 821 pounds of methamphetamine, 190 pounds of cocaine, and 21 pounds of fentanyl, and that all it takes is 2 milligrams of fentanyl to kill. Now, 2 men, 36 and 53 years old, have been charged, and if convicted, could get over 37 years in prison. Alex Stone, ABC News, Los Angeles.
The search continues in Oregon's Mount Hood for a snowboarder missing since Tuesday. Hood River County Sheriff Matt English.
There's a raising avalanche danger in some of the areas that we're searching, and so we're really trying to make a concerted effort in those areas.
Search teams are looking for 30-year-old Ryan Mathers on the ground and in the air using drones. More flooding concerns in eastern Australia after areas around Sydney got a month's worth of rain in just one night, and more rain is in the forecast. And the company Facebook still aiming to create its own digital currency. Earlier this year, Meta abandoned its plans to create a new cryptocurrency on its own. But the Financial Times says it's looking at creating something along the lines of an in-app token that could be used for games like Roadblocks. This is ABC News.
If you have a small business, let Staples be your shipping partner.
I'm generating orders 24/7. I don't have time to ship them too.
Staples has it covered.
A one-stop shipping solution for a business that works nonstop.
Padded mailers in every size and color?
Staples has your shipping covered with packing and shipping supplies and services. Now get 15% off UPS Ground and 20% off UPS Express shipping services. If you need to ship, ship at Staples, the working and learning store. Ends 4/30. Visit staplesconnect.com/services/shipping for details.
I'm Sherry Preston, ABC News.
It's the time of year to come to NC Tractor for the selection of Massey Ferguson tractors and Bobcat zero-turn mowers. NC Tractor gives fantastic customer service, the best discounts possible, and it's a locally owned business. NC Tractor on Railroad Avenue is helping to make outdoor work more enjoyable. Shouldn't you have something that you can be proud of for a long time? Massey Ferguson and Bobcat zero-turn mowers. Come look them over. 299 Railroad Avenue, Rutherford. That phone number is 288-0395.
Good morning, everyone. We're seeing spotty light rain showers around the area for your morning commute. For the day ahead, we'll see a chance for scattered to widespread showers and thunderstorms. Some of those storms can become strong to severe across the central eastern half of the area. Damaging winds will be a main threat. Highs today are staying in the 70s. For tonight, the rain showers move out, the clouds clearing as well, and temperatures falling. We'll start off in the 40s Friday morning. Spotty light rain showers are cooler Friday afternoon. I'm meteorologist Zach Malak in the Weather Center.
We had some thunderstorms and rain rolled through last night, early morning hours. It looks like the rain's all behind us right now for a period of time anyway. We're 61 and cloudy out there, and you may be getting some rain where you are, but right here in Rutherford, it is not raining. That forecast is calling maybe for some isolated thunderstorms maybe later this morning, but clearing off because tonight, mostly clear with lows around 44. That wind is still going to be a factor, though gusting winds up to about 18 miles per hour. Friday and Saturday, mostly sunny. Highs around 61 on Friday, 57 on Saturday, with wind gusting about 19 to 21 miles per hour. All weekend long, we have sun and wind coming our way, but no rainfall after today for a period of time. It's 6 minutes after 7 o'clock. Due to the number of obituaries announcements, we're going to delay those until after Bill O'Reilly morning update today. Do want to remind those of you who are in business, who have people who run your office for you, bosses, nominate your secretary or administrative assistant in the annual WCAB Secretary's Day promotion. We did not get to do this last year or year before because of the COVID outbreak, but we're back at it again, and we want to select from your entries 10 people, 10 ladies that will go with us to lunch on Friday, the 29th. So get your nominee name in to us, send it to us via fax, 287-7182, or you can email it to us. Email it directly to me, to jimbishop@nctv.com. Mail it to our post office box 511 Rutherford, 28139 is a zip, or bring it by here, and we'll hand carry it. You can hand carry it to us right here on Whiteside Road in Rutherford. The drawing will take place during the morning show, April 27th, and the selected winners will go to lunch with me on Friday the 29th. We'll shower them with some flowers and gifts and show them a good time. She's counting on you, boss, and they deserve it, so don't disappoint them. Get that name submitted to us as soon as possible before you forget it. They'll be waiting for you to nominate them for Secretary of the Day, which is coming up. A couple of items here. Social media threat toward East Rutherford High School was a hoax, according to authorities. Authorities said Wednesday night that a social media threat directed toward East Rutherford High School was found out to be a hoax, and confirmed that it was a hoax. A news release from the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office and investigators will continue to look into the incident to ensure the safety of all students and staff. But whatever it was, it proved to be a hoax. So don't be alarmed by all of that. We'll have more probably from that from Sheriff's report coming up here momentarily. Braves baseball start. We're with us here on the radio tonight at 6:50. They'll be playing Cincinnati Reds, going up against the Reds for a 4-game stretch there, and they are at home, and that's 6:50 airtime and 8 o'clock first pitch with the Braves and the Reds tonight. Boy, it's off and running. And by the way, we do have plenty of those pocket schedules that many of you asked for. They're in, so if you'd like to have a Brave schedule, stop by here. We'd be glad to supply you as many as you would like to have for you and your fellow workers. Get some for them. We've got plenty of them. They sent plenty of them this year. They got them here on time, actually. A lot of times they don't get them here till the season's already underway, and we don't know what's happening. But the first game is coming up tonight, and you've got your schedule there. You can follow that with us all the way through. This morning at 8:30, Commissioner Alan Toney will be here to talk about his candidacy for re-election. The interview will be forthcoming. He has agreed to be here this morning. We'll open that up for you to listen to or watch it on the web at www.wcab59.com.
Hey, this is Mike Slater in San Diego, filling in for Bill O'Reilly. Stand by for the O'Reilly Update Morning Edition. But first, a word.
Did you know that cars today are more tech than the first spaceship? Something's guaranteed to break. That's why you need CarShield. When you need a repair, you can choose the mechanic, and CarShield gets the rest taken care of. Plans through CarShield even provide rental car options, roadside assistance, trip reimbursement, all at no extra cost. So get covered today and save 10%. Please go to carshield.com/bill or call 800-391-8888. A deductible may apply.
Mike Slater filling in for Bill O'Reilly. This morning, I am thinking about Black Lives Matter and how they were one of the most successful scams in American history, no question. Did you see the Colin Kaepernick Netflix documentary last October comparing the NFL to the slave trade? And this weekend, he was back out on the field asking coaches to hire him to be a slave on a plantation or something. What a con man he was. But even he doesn't hold a candle to Black Lives Matter. Do you know anyone who donated to Black Lives Matter thinking that they were helping people? Well, tell them about the founder of Black Lives Matter, Patrisse Cullors. She bought 4 houses worth $3 million, including one in the well-known black community of Malibu. But Black Lives Matter also bought itself a $6 million house in California and never disclosed it. They're so fraudulent of a charity, they're not even allowed to solicit donations in a couple states because they haven't disclosed anything like they legally must. Last year, they raised $90 million. They have $60 million on hand, and local Black Lives Matter groups are ticked off because they haven't seen a dime of it. Michael Brown's father's trying to raise $1.5 million for a local community center in Ferguson, and Black Lives Matter hasn't helped them out a lick. If you want to help black people, you're better off giving money to that Nigerian prince who keeps emailing you than giving it to Black Lives Matter. What a perfect microcosm for communism, which Black Lives Matter is. They claim to be about equality, but you want to see true inequality? Go to a communist country. The people get nothing, while the leaders get the spoils. What a scam. More coming up.
If you are stuck in a timeshare, please call my friends at Lone Star Transfer. They guarantee to get you out with a specified time frame given to you in writing. They have helped thousands of unhappy timeshare owners over the past decade. Family owned, their process is done legally, ethically, and quickly. So please call for a no-obligation consultation. 855-551-7066 or visit LoneStarTransfer.com.
MikeSlater.locals.com, filling in for Bill O'Reilly. Thank you, Bill. We'll see you tomorrow.
Now I have these death announcements. Cynthia K. Sloan Hembrick, 50, passed away on Sunday, April the 3rd, at her home. Arrangements are incomplete and entrusted to Robert Morgan Funeral and Cremation Services of Boiling Springs. Memorial tributes may be made at Morgan Springs Robert Morgan Funeral and Cremation Service for Cynthia K. Sloan Hembrick. Alec Al Stinson Evans Jr., age 73, passed away Monday at Care Partners in Asheville. A celebration of Al's life will be conducted at 11 a.m. April the 11th at Round Hill Baptist Church Cemetery. Military honors will be provided by the Boiling Springs, South Carolina American Legion and the Patriot Guard. Online condolences may be made to crowmortuary.com for Alec Al Stinson Evans Jr. Barbara Jones Harrison, age 76, of Ellenboro, died Tuesday, April 5th at her home. A private memorial service will be held for her family at the Paget and King Chapel. The Paget and King Mortuary and Crematory is in charge of the arrangements for Barbara Jones Harrison. Master Sergeant Stephen Dwayne Brooks, U.S. Air Force, retired, age 76, of Union Mills, died Sunday, April the 3rd at his home. A service from the graveside with military honors will be held at Corinth Baptist Church Cemetery on Saturday, April the 9th at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. A visitation will be held Saturday afternoon at the Paget and King Mortuary from 1:30 until 2:30 prior to the service. The Paget and King Mortuary and Crematory in charge of the arrangements for Master Sergeant Stephen Dwayne Brooks, U.S. Air Force, retired. Grace Melton Black, 89, died Tuesday, December 7th at Rutherford Regional Health System. A memorial service to celebrate her life will be held 11 o'clock Saturday, April the 9th in the First United Methodist Church of Forest City. The Asbury Sunday School class will be seated as honorary escort. There will be no formal visitation. The Paget and King Mortuary is in charge of the arrangements for Grace Melton Black. Benjamin Andy Pyatt, 40, passed away on Wednesday, March 30th at his home. Celebration of Life services will be held 2 o'clock Saturday, April the 9th at Henrietta Revival Center in Mooresboro. Arrangements entrusted to Rutherford Chapel of Forest City for Benjamin Andy Pyatt. Rodney Rod Williams Reedy, 69 of Ellenboro, went to be with the Lord April 3rd at Cleveland Memorial Hospital. A funeral service is planned for Friday, April the 8th at 2 p.m. at Mountain View Baptist Church in Rutherfordton. Mr. Reedy will lie in state 1 hour prior to the service, and burial will follow in the church cemetery. The family will receive friends on Thursday, April the 7th from 6 until 8 p.m. at Crow's Mortuary. That'll be tonight. And Crow's Mortuary is assisting the family of Rodney Rod William Reedy. Colleen Doggett Morris, age 86 of Ellenboro, died Sunday at Adrium Health Cleveland in Shelby. The funeral service will be held 1 o'clock today in the Paget and King Chapel. The family will receive friends from noon until the hour of service at the mortuary. Burial will be private at Eternal Hills Memorial Park. The Paget and King Mortuary and Crematory is in charge of the arrangements for Colleen Doggett Morris. Larry Dale Qualls, 67 of Rutherfordton, died Saturday, March 26th at Spartanburg Regional Medical Center. Those arrangements incomplete at this time and entrusted to Robert Morgan Funeral and Cremation Service of Boiling Springs for Larry Dale Qualls. Those are the death announcements we have in-house this morning. For the complete information on these and others as they become available to us, can be heard today at 11:35 and then again at 5:10 as part of the afternoon report here on WCAB 100.9 FM, 590 AM.
Following George Custer's defeat at the Little Bighorn, the military was looking for a bright spot. That bright spot was the lone survivor on the battlefield, Comanche. Now I said Comanche, not a Comanche, for Comanche was the name of Captain Miles Kehoe's horse. Let me explain. It all started on April 3, 1868, when the Army purchased a 15-hand bay gelding. The horse was taken to Fort Leavenworth and received a U.S. brand. Captain Kehoe, looking for a backup mount, bought the horse for $90. In September of 1868, Captain Kehoe was involved in the Sand Hills battle with Comanche Indians. Kehoe rode his backup mount during the battle. The horse was shot with an arrow in the right hind quarter, but showed no signs of injury. Kehoe immediately made this backup horse his primary mount and named him Comanche. Kehoe rode Comanche until the Battle of the Little Bighorn, where he was killed. Following the battle, Comanche was found casually drinking water from the Little Bighorn River. He had 7 wounds. The Indians had either killed or taken all the military horses, but not Comanche. The reason was that during the battle, Kehoe had dismounted, holding the reins in one hand as he shot his pistol with the other. When Kehoe was killed, he maintained a hold on the reins, and no Indian would take the horse when a dead man was holding it. Becoming a symbol of the men who had fallen, Comanche was retired and died at the age of 29. He was then stuffed and put on display at the University of Kansas. You've just heard another story from Old West Radio. I'm Dakota Livesay.
Jesse James Railroad Express has added 2 new sandwiches to their menu. Try the all-new crispy chicken sandwich with lettuce, tomato, and mayonnaise, or the crispy deluxe with lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise, bacon, and cheese. Enjoy a refreshing milkshake or a hand-dipped ice cream cone. Open Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. until 4 p.m. Closed Wednesday and Sunday. Jesse James Railroad Express, 531 Railroad Avenue in Rutherford. Call 828-447-4644. Mondays only, hot dog with mustard, chili, and onions for only $1.24 each. All aboard the Jesse James Railroad Express.
Congratulations to Jesse James Railroad Express, voted 2021 Best of Rutherford County hot dogs and hamburgers 5 years in a row.
Now let's get started with our Thursday morning edition of the Call Around News Report for Rutherford County, exclusively here on 100.9 FM, 590 AM. And we start first with the Sheriff's Report. Sheriff Chris Francis is on the phone with me right now. Good morning, Sheriff. How are you doing?
I am well. I hope you are.
I am well. Had a good rain last night. Now we're looking forward to a beautiful weekend.
It's going to be nice. We'll be much appreciated. Do a lot of spring work out in the yard.
That's exactly right. It'll help those flowers grow, and people getting ready to set their gardens out too, I believe.
I think you're right.
What's on the report today?
Jim, the last 24 hours, the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office has responded to 150 calls for service. There have been 15 arrests processed at county jail. Currently incarcerated, we have 165. Among those arrested, Dominique Chance Fernandez, 25-year-old male of Forest City, was charged with 2 counts of failure to appear and received a $1,000 secured bond. Raymond Earl Johnson, 44-year-old male of Forest City, was charged with 6 counts of felony failure to appear and received a $100,000 secured bond. Justin Wayne Craig, 22-year-old male of Ball City, was charged with 2 counts of failure to appear and received a $500 secured bond. Jawan Rayford Tyner, 32-year-old male of Forest City, was charged with 8 counts of failure to appear and received a $12,750 secured bond. Anya McAlee Washington, 20-year-old female of Shelby, was charged with 3 counts of failure to appear and received a $6,000 secured bond. Amy Lauder McCurry, 53-year-old female of Ellenboro, was charged with 2 counts of failure to appear and received a $3,000 secured bond. Jonathan Quentin Yant, 24-year-old male of Boston, was charged with failure to appear and received a $2,000 secured bond. Ivory Ann Crouch, 38-year-old female of Forest City, was charged with felony failure to appear and received a $2,500 secured bond. Andrew Galvin Dalton, 29-year-old male of Rutherford, was charged with resist, obstruct, delay, and was released on bond. Charles Allen Jacob Brandlett, 22-year-old male of Forest City, was charged with trafficking opium or heroin, maintaining a place to sell to sell these substances, sell and deliver controlled substances, altering serial number on the gun, and 2 counts of drug paraphernalia. There was over 190 dosage units of fentanyl pills that were seized, as well as 2 handguns. He received a $250,000 secure bond, and this happened after a search warrant on Phillips Drive in the Sandy Mush area. We also had, under our instance, a larceny on US 64 in Rutherford. It's a brown mailbox valued at $50 that was taken. We had a communicating threats of mass violence. Someone had posted a threat to commit a school shooting at East Rutherford High School on Twitter yesterday, and this got a lot of attention. We were able to utilize some different resources and have the school investigator, Captain Lovelace, as well as our school resource supervisor, Captain Gooch, were able to both identify and locate the source, and were able to interview the juvenile responsible in this, also along with the search of the residence, and there were no weapons located, and they did not able to validate a credible threat, but we'll continue this investigation and do feel comfortable with their findings, but they will continue to do everything to keep the students and faculty and staff safe at all of our schools, especially East Rutherford at the time of that Twitter feed. We also recovered a stolen motor vehicle, a 2013 Chevy Malibu. This was on Piney Mountain Church Road. Shelby Police Department was working this case, and we were in contact with their detectives, our findings there. We also had a assault on a female in US 221A, Mooresboro's adult male assaulted his mother. Warrants have been secured on him in that case. And Jim, that's what we had to report today.
Assaulting your mother, I can't believe anybody would do that at all, period. But that's the way life is right now.
It's very, 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 very sad times, no doubt.
Yeah. Sheriff Francis, thank you very much for your report today, and you be safe out here today. We'll talk to you again real soon.
Thank you, Jim.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Jim, have you seen Henson Building Materials' newly remodeled showroom? It's gorgeous.
You mean where they have a full line of hardware and building materials for homeowners and home builders?
I mean where Jamie, Terry, and Tony, their friendly staff, treat me like family. Oh, they're so nice.
Hey, are they taking COVID precautions and have curbside service?
Of course. They're so thoughtful.
I do need some materials, but I don't think they'll fit in our car.
Oh, silly. They have professional delivery so we can get whatever I want.
Henson Building Materials, 177 Duke Street in Forest City.
Building starts here.
And we're going to 911 Communications Center and see what kind of calls they've received. And here's Kylie to give us that report today. Kylie, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am great, thank you. What's on the report?
In the past 24 hours, the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office 911 communications has processed 571 911 calls and administrative calls, which consisted of 47 for EMS, 150 for the Sheriff's Office, 51 for Forest City, 3 for Lake Lure, 44 for Rutherfordton, 40 for Spindale. Bills Creek responded to a motor vehicle accident, and Bostic responded to a motor vehicle accident, and that's all we've had.
Thanks, Kylie. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too.
Bye. To win in sports, you must adjust your strategy as the game changes. The same is true of investments. Why not let Andrew Tisdale, your Edward Jones financial advisor, help you create a game plan for financial success? Call 828-287-9197 and get started today. That's Andrew Tisdale at Edward Jones Financial Advisor, 828-287-9197. And Ruby Taylor is reporting next from the Danieltown SDO Fire District. Let's see what they've been doing over there. Ruby, good morning.
Good morning.
What's the fire department been doing over there?
Nothing. I don't reckon. I haven't heard of anything. And on my birthday calendar, I've got Mason White, Brenda Rhodes, and Kathy Hollyfield having birthdays today. Hope they have a nice day, and the signs are in the press today and tomorrow. Jim, that's all I got.
Thank you much. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye-bye. Well, WCAB is going to be out and about. We got several invitations to do some live remote broadcasts coming up this spring. Next one is going to be the 16th over at NC Tractor. And we'll be over there with Phil Sheehan and his team. And Gilbert Carmona is going to be there as well, doing his radio show from there. And then we'll go into the broadcast. We'll tell you more about that as it shapes up. Right now, I want to tell you about our good friends up at the Washburn store. They've been friends of many people for a long time. They got a history of working that store to the benefit of customers. They know how to treat a customer. They know how to stock the store to make it worth your while to come. If you haven't been in a long, long time, you should go. They have a lot of new items, a lot of things up there. They traditionally have been a part of Washburn store history, and you can look at that, walk them down the aisles. If the grandkids are with you, they will enjoy that train going around the ceiling up there. Just a fun place to shop and a fun place to visit and be welcomed always with a big smile there at Washburn Store. Historically significant store in our neighborhood, close enough that we can take our friends when they come visit with us. Right in the heart of the Washburn community between Bostic and Sunshine on the Bostic Sunshine Highway. All right, we're checking in now with Gary Wilson. He's overlooking things for us at the Fairfield Mountains Fire District. Gary, how you doing this morning?
Doing pretty good. Overlooking a hot cup of coffee right now.
Nothing wrong with that, brother.
That's the second one. The third one more it's over with.
Yeah, I think I'm on my third cup this morning already.
I'm afraid I'm hooked on caffeine. I got to have my coffee, day or night. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, I don't drink it much after 3 o'clock. It keeps me awake, but I sure have to have it in the mornings.
Yeah, that's me. We had a pretty quiet night. We had some lightning and thunder, but we didn't get the storms that we're calling for, thank goodness. So everything's been fairly peaceful up here overnight. No calls or anything. And warm start this morning, sitting on about 58 degrees out there this morning. So we'll see what the day brings. Going to cool down a little bit over the weekend. Of course, that's what happens around Easter time most of the time. It doesn't seem to matter when Easter falls, but it's always a cool snap right around Easter, or just before or just after.
Yeah, it's curiosity how that happened like that.
Yeah. And we've had probably all together from the last 2 days, maybe close to an inch of rain, so that helped. That helped a lot. When you leave down everything go for a break for a while on that. And that's all we got to report, Joe. Everything else going on pretty good.
All right, Gary. Thanks for keeping your eye on things for us, and we'll check back in with you tomorrow.
All right, talk to you then.
Thank you. Fairfield Mountains reporter, Fairfield Mountains Fire District reporter. He also looks over things for us from Bills Creek community. It's 7:30. We have 61 degrees, cloudy right now, but it should be turning out to be a sunny day and a sunny weekend for all of us. Don't forget the Braves this afternoon, this evening, starting at 6:50 airtime with the pregame. And the first pitch is 8 o'clock tonight. They'll be taking on Cincinnati Reds at home tonight for the Braves. 4-game stretch there. Pocket schedules available for you here. If you'd like to have one of those, feel free to come by and get as many as you need. Here now is DeVern over in Boston reporting to us today. Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you doing?
I'm great.
Good. Glad to hear that.
Okay, it's 62 degrees over here in Boston this morning. The fire department had a power line fire, and they also responded to a car accident. And there's a food giveaway at Washman's Outreach from 9 to 12:30 today, and a palm tree sale at Boston Florist. And hope everyone has a safe day.
You have a good day as well. Thanks for being with us, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
It can be a tough call when it comes time to provide a daycare service for an aging parent or a loved one. You can always depend on Rutherford Life Services for a safe facility that offers medical monitoring, nutritional meals, fun activities, and is a loving environment. Rutherford Life is licensed by the State of North Carolina Division of Aging. They will be glad to answer any questions you may have. Call them at 288-1697. Rutherford Life Services offers a trained staff of professionals who you can entrust your loved one to. Rutherford Life Services is located at 230 Fairground Road in Spindale.
And we're going over to Hudlow Fire District now and talk with Bob Hodge, see what's been happening in that nice neighborhood over there. Good morning.
Well, good Thursday morning.
How are you doing today?
We're doing just fine up here this morning. We missed them storms and had a little shower of rain overnight, and that's about it up here. So
we had a few thunder. I heard thunder woke me up for a period of time. Then I heard heavy rain, but it wasn't bad at all. Just some rumblings up there, enough to get my dog excited.
No, it wasn't nothing to get excited about, was it? Oh, well, I'm glad we missed all that. So some places had it pretty rough, I think, there, especially down south of us there. So, But, Jim, everything running along good with the fire department. We answered a couple of medical calls. Hadn't had any calls overnight. And I want to say happy birthday to James Robinson this morning. And, Jim, that's about it up here, so maybe be quiet with us all day today.
Cherokee County, North Carolina, they had a tornado watching effect for several hours last night, but I think it maintained itself up that way, and then south of us they had a little bit. But right around here, we got through it okay.
We turned out okay there, but look like we're going to have some cooler weather the next couple of days. But
Yep.
But we'll rebound back next week. So
It's not going to snow Easter Sunday morning, is it?
No, I don't think. Maybe this is Easter cold spell. Maybe it'd be pretty the next week.
That'll be nice. Bob, you have a wonderful day over there.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bob Hodge reporting into us this morning. 7:34, Thursday morning, the 7th day of April. You know, nothing strikes fear in the hearts of people more than receiving an IRS audit letter in the mail. Audits take much time away from your business and family, requiring you to gather mounds of records, and can become overwhelming unless you have someone you can depend on to take care of that for you. That's why we can recommend IE Accounting and Tax Service. Chris and his team of professionals are in the business to help. Even if you depended on someone else to prepare your taxes, IE Accounting and Tax Service will be glad to assist you or your company. Don't hesitate to call. As a small business owner, you have more important things to do than keep your own books. Why not let IE Accounting and Tax Service take care of that for you, so you can get back to the job of running your business? Consider their payroll solutions for your business, cash flow management, litigation support, and forensic investigation. Why not give them a call and see what they can do for your business? Here's that phone number, 828-395-1777. They're at 211 West Main Street, Spindale. Again, that's 395-1777, and it's spelled Aryee. We're stopping now over in the Cherry Mountain Fire District. Sue Price, good morning.
Good morning, Jim.
How's everything over in your neighborhood?
I think everything's quiet over this way. I didn't really hear anything last night except some rain, so I guess we got through it all right.
Yeah, I don't hear any major storms.
That's a good thing. Well, let's see. This is one of those days I don't have any birthdays or anniversaries to report, but we hope anybody that's having a birthday or anniversary will have a real good day on their special day and enjoy it. And in my announcements, Fairview will be having their Easter sunrise service at 6:30, and then they'll have breakfast. And First Broad will be having an Easter egg hunt. That'll be Saturday the 9th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., and everyone's invited. And then their sunrise service is at 7 a.m. They'll have breakfast and then Sunday school, and then worship service at 10:30. So they'll have a full morning. And the Golden Valley Community Club will be having a blood drive. That's Monday, April the 11th, from 3 to 7:30 p.m. The donors will receive a $20 e-gift card, a tumbler with a straw, and wellness checkup. So, good deal there. Come on out and donate blood if you're able, because it's always needed. There's always a need for blood. And as far as I know, that's the only announcement I have, Jim. It's just quiet and calm over this way, looking for a good day, and I hope you'll have one.
Thanks, Sue. You have a good one as well, and we'll check back in with you on Friday.
All right.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That's Cherry Mountain, nice and quiet over there. Hey, listen, imagine quality primary health care and urgent care services for you and your family without the hassles. It's available to you and your family from Brock Family Care. Family medicine, the way it ought to be. Well, you remember it maybe from years ago. No insurance to deal with, general primary medical care, chronic disease prevention and management, urgent care, medication management, and so much more. Brock Family Care is a membership-based model where patients pay their primary care provider directly through monthly or annual fees rather than paying through an insurance provider. And wondering if the doctor's services are going to be approved by the insurance provider, you're approved at Brock Family Care. Not accepting any forms of health insurance cuts out the hassles and allows for more personalized and affordable health care. It may be time to move into this health plan like this for you, your family, or your business. Call today for more information. Here's the number. Write it down, 828-382-0001, 382-7282, either one of those. Or look them up on the web at brockfamilycare.com. Brock Family Care, 289 Shallow Road, Forest City.
Farm Bureau Insurance doesn't hire celebrities to push auto coverage. We think people might like to make decisions based on service and savings, not just because that guy from that show says it's a good idea. Instead of faces you know from your TV, we offer faces you know from your neighborhood, because we're headquartered in North Carolina with local agents right in your town. That's really the only thing we want to be famous for. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance, helping you is what we do best.
In Rutherford County, please call 287-2428.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Insurance of North Carolina, Inc., Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Jackson, Mississippi, an independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association.
And again, a program reminder this morning at 8:30, scheduled to be with me for the interview is Rutherford County Commissioner Alan Toney. He's running for re-election. He'll be in the Blue Room with me to take questions to find out more about his candidacy, why he'd like to be reelected. So join us at 8:30 this morning, and we'll continue that process on Tuesdays and Thursdays of those who have agreed to come. I think I'm looking on the schedule right now. Most everybody, with the exception of one, because of a conflict schedule coming down the road a little ways, can't be here. But everybody, I'm seeing about 3 different spots open that they have not agreed to come. which is okay. If they choose not to come, that's okay, but we'll move on. But today is Al and Tony time here in the Blue Room. Now let's go up to Shingle Hollow and see Tina White, see what she's running for. Are you running for anything, Tina?
Well, if I'm running, y'all better run too. No, not running for any kind of political thing, that's for sure.
Okay.
I like for people to like me. I know this about myself. I like to be liked. I don't like to hurt anybody, and I don't like to cause any kind of conflict.
Yep. Well, if you're in the political arena, you're going to make somebody happy and somebody angry at the same time. You can't please everybody, but the job's got to go on.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to step forward and do it.
Yes, I am very thankful for those people, and I hope that it is not just something that they want to do, but it's a calling, that they're placed there because they have that calling in their heart. Because I definitely don't have it. Well, this morning up here in Shingle Hollow, it is 60 degrees, and it's a gloomy, kind of dreary, rainy morning, but we're going to enjoy it anyway. We thank God for the rain that we get because we like to see our gardens grow. And the fire department was quiet the past 24 hours. We have birthday today for Miss Anna Pritchard Jackson. She's listening. I hope you have a wonderful birthday. And on my personal calendar, I have Miss Jody Brackett and Courtney Brown. Those are both, Jody is a teacher's assistant at Thomas Jefferson. So if you see Miss Brackett, tell her happy birthday. And Miss Brown also is an employee of Thomas Jefferson. She's a teacher, so tell Miss Brown happy birthday too. Of course, this Saturday is a busy day. Saturday morning, 10 to 12. White House Community Clubhouse is having an Easter egg hunt, and the Easter Bunny's going to be there, so you can take pictures. And then from 1 to 3 this Saturday, April 9th, Pleasant Grove Baptist Church welcomes you to come on out from, like I said, from 1 to 3 for their Easter egg hunt, and they have an egg dyeing station. And guess what? The Easter Bunny's going to be there too. So tell bring your children, your grandchildren, nieces and nephews. Let everyone know. Piney Knob Baptist Church on April 9th at 5 p.m., which is this Saturday, is having a wild game supper. They invite everyone and anyone in the community, surrounding areas, to come out and enjoy this supper. There will be other meats besides just wild meat, and lots of side dishes and desserts. There will also be door prizes. There's going to be 2 Youth 22 rifles, $50 gift card for Mason Jar, $50 gift card for Green Hill Store, and a blacksmith-made candle holder and cakes for door prizes. And then on Sunday evening, April 10th at 6 p.m., Piney Knob is having an Easter drama. They have worked hard on this. Please come on out and enjoy an evening of learning and worshiping and watching the Easter drama at Piney Knob Baptist Church. So we're busy this weekend. It's going to be exciting up here.
I like it.
I do too. I'm very thankful for my community, the people in it. I just thank God for them. So be safe out there today, Jim.
Thank you. You too. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Well, when you're out and about, need to go by a store that welcomes you real friendly. They got a great produce operation, great fresh meat market, and plenty of groceries up and down the aisle, and a wonderful deli. That'd be Drop-In Family Mart there in Bostic. Go by and do some shopping with them. Shop local, and you'll find a lot of things that you'd want. You'd find they bring that fresh produce in weekly. They got a great meat market back. A lot of these stores don't have those. But go by and do business with Drop-In Family Mart, and they always have a good cup of coffee there as well. Enjoy them. Right there on Bostic Sunshine Highway, Drop-In Family Mart. You'll enjoy doing business with them. All right, we're going upstate Union Mills to get the Cali report. Good morning, Brenda.
Good morning, Jim. How are you on this tremendous Thursday morning?
I'm feeling pretty good, but I ain't telling it.
Okay. Feeling mighty fine.
I am feeling mighty fine.
Well, I'm glad to hear it.
You?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I ain't gonna complain because it can always get worse.
Yes.
What was that? Was it the sheriff's report where somebody had jumped assault on their mother?
Yes, it was.
Well, that's not good. They need to be in kids' church at Far City Church of the Nazarene because we're doing the 10 Commandments, and we just had one that said, honor thy father and mother that your days may be long upon the earth. So whoever that was, you better look out. You won't have no long days.
Well, I suspect a lot of these folks that are doing all this stuff have not had much biblical training.
Apparently not.
And I was thinking a while ago, I was watching a little bit of the highlights on Fox News as I was in the Blue Room. Another police officer had been shot and some innocent bystanders being shot. And I thought, a lot of this stuff started back a number of decades ago when they started taking any frame of religion out of schools, took the Bibles out, and stopped doing prayers, those kind of things. Kids were growing up in school and never having been associated with anything about Christian activities at all.
I know it.
And that makes a difference because...
That's right. They took prayer out of school and took the Bibles out of school, and they took the devotion. We used to have devotion every Tuesday morning, and and that was the only way a lot of the children had access to the Bible and Christianity.
That's right. That's right.
And it's showing up now, isn't it?
It sure is.
Yeah. So I don't know. But anyway, I've got 60 degrees on the front porch. I don't have any birthdays or any anniversaries, but in ways of announcements, breakfast Saturday the 9th at the Gilkey Community Center starts from 7 to 10 a.m. and the cost is adults $7, kids 6 to 12 $3, 5 and under's free. And then Saturday, April the 30th, springtime in the Mills, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. around the walking trail area behind the main building. 60-plus vendors, no admission for shoppers. Tickets available for purchase for raffle prizes. Shop with small businesses and support local vendors. And so far, that's all I got going on that I know of. Just short, sweet, and quiet.
All right, Brenda, thank you very much. You have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Catch you later.
Bye. And we'll check Ellenboro out in just a moment.
Thinking about the departure of a loved one through death is a subject we don't like to talk about. However, pre-planning or prepaying for a funeral is a consideration and responsible thing to do. With so many options available today, it's important to speak with someone you can trust and someone who can help you find a balance between the emotional, spiritual, and financial needs of your loved ones. Crow's Mortuary and Crematory is recognized as one of the best family-run funeral homes. It's a family tradition, and they know how to care for your family. Any questions you might have, they will be happy to answer. Call Crow's Mortuary and Cremation Services at 286-2304.
Now we're checking out Ellenboro's news report, and Luther Gilligan is on the phone with me right now to give us that news. Good morning, Luther.
Good morning.
You doing okay?
Just a little bit damp down here.
Yeah, we had some good rain, didn't we?
Well, we didn't get a whole lot. I think I got about maybe a tenth of an inch.
Yeah.
Very first street, take a right. Didn't enough cuss cap. But it's quiet this morning. I know what's going on now. Fire department had one call. That was about 4:30 this morning. Went over to Sister Lattimore on Tractor Fire over there. Other than that, they'd been quiet. There's nothing that happened. But want everybody to get going to have a May Day yard sale. It'll be first Saturday in May, which I think will be May the 7th. Everybody needs to start getting their stuff ready for that for the whole time wide. So come on out and have a good time with that. And that's what's going on down here. So you have a great day up there. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks, Luther. I'll see you then.
All right, take care now.
All right, it's birthday time for this 7th day of April 7th. If you're celebrating, call it to us now. We've cleared the phone lines for you. 287-3356. Birthdays, anniversaries coming right up. Nobody gets a better deal than the customers at Sisk Family Ford. They have a proven record of the best deals. Sisk Family Ford, Rutherford County's only locally owned new car dealer, has recently been recognized as the #1 Ford dealer in customer satisfaction in the Southeast. That speaks well of their commitment to serve their customers well. Look for all the new design 2021 F-150 at Rutherford County's only locally owned new car dealership. That's Sisk Family Ford, Oak Street, Forest City.
Your car's best friend can be RS Speedy Lube Service Center. That's because RS Speedy Lube Service Center and Car Wash can keep your car or truck running clean with a regular oil change. They check the fluids and vacuum out the car and have you on your way in no time. Go next door for a radiator or transmission flush. Brakes, exhaust, CV joints, and service for big trucks and campers also available. Pull next door to the RS Speedy Automatic Car Wash and make your car happy with a clean, all under and all over car wash. It's all at RS Service Center and Car Wash on Railroad Avenue in Rutherfordton.
Well, do yourself a favor and have breakfast with Granny B's this morning. They start breakfast as early as 6:30 till 11, and they serve a great breakfast. You can order pretty much anything you want for breakfast, including those scrambled eggs and bacon or sausage or liver mush or pancakes or French toast, a good hot cup of coffee. Enjoy your breakfast this morning from Granny B's there in Spindale.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday wishes going out to Mr. Wayne Rollins this morning, 50 years old. Wayne Rollins, owner of Wayne's Lunchbox. Wish I'd have known that yesterday. I'd have given him a hard time about turning 50, but that's a great age. Samuel McNeil is having a 33rd birthday. He lives up in Sunshine. And Barry Holt, retired. He lives in Ellenboro. He's having a birthday today. Also, Percy Faith. His birthday was today, 1908. Billie Holiday, jazz singer. She was born in 1915. James Garner, one of my favorite actors. He was born in 1928, died in 2014. Francis Ford Coppola, a director of movies. He was born in 1939. Jackie Chan, he's an actor. 1954 was his birthday. 1964, Russell Crowe was born. Some of the events on today's date. 30 scholars estimate for Jesus' crucifixion by Roman troops. 1827, John Walker invents wooden matches. 1902, Texaco was formed. 1933, the sale of low-alcohol beer goes into effect. And 1969, Internet's symbolic birth date is today. National Burrito Day, National Beer Day, National No Horsework. Oh, that's housework. National No Housework Day, and National Coffee Cake Day. I can go with that. Now you're up to date on this date in history here on WCAB in Rutherfordton. Now stand by. Keys to Confident Living is up next.
A UPI article several years ago told about a research team at MSU that claimed to have discovered a drug that could bring about a lifespan of up to 200 years. They believed if experiments proved right, it would make lower body temperatures possible and thus slow the aging process. Is there a difference between aging and getting old? I think so. How do you look at life? Are you a worrier or chronically pessimistic? Do you dislike new ideas just because they're different? Do you resist change and like the rut you live in? If you answer yes, you're on the fast road to getting old. If you say no, you'll be forever young. You're the type of person who greets each new day with enthusiasm and a joyful spirit. You have an open mind and heart and are alert for new ideas and opportunities. Old is a state of mind. People can be old at 20 and young at 80. It depends on attitude. You can choose to be an old youngster or a young oldster. What are you? Are you a victim of old disease, or are you a treasured chest full of youthful enthusiasm? Bernard Barak said, "To me, old age is 15 years older than I am." Do you concur? With this view of aging, you'll never get old. You'll mature and improve with age. You may live a great number of years, but old you'll never be. Think about it. This is Bill Hostler with today's Key to Confident Living.
We are remembering the classic oldies right here on WCAB Rutherfordton. The best of both worlds now. AM 5.
Reaching 10 counties with the best variety of entertainment and information. This is 100.9 FM, 590 AM, WCAB Rutherford.
More music, WCAB.
Rights Council. Richard Weir from the group Human Rights Watch says from Ukraine,
it's almost impossible to walk around the streets of Bucha and not see evidence of violence, and in some cases what appear to be war crimes.
He has been in the suburb of Bucha, as has ABC's James Longman.
The UN General Assembly is going to vote today on removing Russia from the UN Human Rights Council. They need a two-thirds majority for that. The US ambassador thinks that will be achieved, but I think it's fair to say no one here in Ukraine believes Russia has any place on that council.
More sanctions against Russia announced this week, including on Vladimir Putin's 2 daughters. 2 men are under arrest accused of giving lavish gifts to Secret Service agents working at the White House.
Those 4 suspended agents allegedly accepting thousands of dollars worth of gifts from the men, including rent-free apartments worth more than $3,000 a month, iPhones and a flat-screen TV, surveillance systems, and a drone.
ABC News Chief Global Affairs Correspondent Martha Raddatz, the Department of Homeland Security is trying to figure out the reason for it. The Senate will vote today on Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson's historic Supreme Court confirmation. It's a week late, but the boys of summer are back.
The 1-2 swung on and hit in the air.
To hardcore fans who wait all year for baseball season to start, the 99-day owners' lockout brought the terrifying prospect of a canceled season.
There was a lot of uncertainty. I do apologize for it,
says MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred. A full 162-game schedule will be played this season, but one of the premier rivalries will have to wait one more day. The Red Sox Yankees matchup has been pushed back to tomorrow because of the threat of bad weather in New York today. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
Tiger Woods says he'll play in the Masters, but will make a final decision right at tea time this morning about 10:30 Eastern. You're listening to ABC News.
If you owe the IRS back taxes, then get ready to pay up. The IRS has giant private collection agencies actively tracking down folks who owe the IRS. So if you think dodging them was stressful in the past, it's going to get a whole lot tougher. Optima Tax Relief has this advice. Don't wait. Solve your tax problems now before it's too late. Optima Tax Relief works to stop the demand letters, stop the aggressive collection actions, and stop the IRS collectors from targeting you. Ask Optima about the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands, and nobody knows this program better than they do. Optima is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, and they get results, having resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Get a fresh start. Call today for your free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
This hour, we get a new look at jobs across the country.
Is it a trend or just a blip? Last week's jobless claims report showed a slight uptick in the number of Americans who filed for unemployment after the previous one showed claims hit a 52-year low. But economists say they aren't worried because despite the increase of 14,000 claims, unemployment in the U.S. is still historically low. Jobless claims are a good indication of layoffs, and the numbers show that most employers are doing all they can to keep their teams intact. Daria Albinger, ABC News.
Reality star and law student Kim Kardashian again speaking up for someone on death row, this time a woman in Texas set to be executed this month after being convicted of killing her own daughter. Here's ABC's Andrea Fujii.
Kardashian has helped other death row inmates, including Alice Johnson, whose lifetime sentence for a drug offense was commuted by former President Trump. Kardashian now hoping her celebrity will help Lucio, posting, "So heartbreaking to read this letter from Melissa Lucio's children, begging for the state not to kill their mother. There are so many unresolved questions surrounding this case and the evidence that was used to convict her."
And when we turn on the TV, a lot of us are streaming. A new survey says streaming of TV and movies jumped 18% in the past year to nearly 170 billion minutes viewed every single week. The survey says nearly half of us are feeling overwhelmed by all the choices available on streaming services. This is ABC News.
Millions of people use Zoom Phone, the innovative and feature-rich cloud phone system for businesses of any size. Zoom Phone is simple to use, whether you're on a mobile device, desktop, laptop, or desk phone. And because every call is important to your business, Zoom Phone was built with reliability in mind, using geographic redundancy to keep your communications online. Empower your workforce with Zoom Phone. Visit zoom.com/phone system. Zoom, how the world connects.
Sherry Preston, ABC News.
Hello and happy Thursday. For the day ahead, we'll see scattered rain showers and thunderstorms off and on, especially early in the afternoon. Some of those storms can become strong to severe as they move east, damaging winds and hail all the main threats. We'll see highs today staying in the 70s. Rain showers tapering off this evening, return drier and cooler tonight. We'll be starting off in the 40s Friday morning. Partly cloudy sky with stray showers Friday afternoon and highs in the 60s. I'm meteorologist Zach Malak in the Weather Center.
Cloudy skies here in Rutherfordton on this Thursday morning. Cloudy skies, and we have 61 degrees. And it'll be warming up after a little bit, not much, but a little bit. The sun's going to come out after a while. We'll get up to at least 72 degrees for our daytime high. That's pretty warm. Wind gusting to 19 miles per hour. And tonight, dropping back to 44 for the overnight. And west winds 5 to 10 miles per hour, gusting to 18 miles per hour. And the rain is behind us, probably maybe a few drops here and there today. But rain is behind us through the weekend, all the way through Monday. I can see as far as I can see Monday, and mostly sunny skies. So nice neighborly weekend here in the foothills. Coming up this morning at 8:30, my interview with Commissioner Tony. He'll be in the Blue Room with me to talk about his candidacy and why he'd like to be reelected. And stay tuned for that here on WCAB in Rutherfordton. Well, if you've been looking for recliners and love seats and mattresses, bedding at half price, your wishes fulfilled. The Recliner Center is going out of business, and JD says he has a few recliners he's selling at half price. There's a few lift chairs left selling at half price, some love seats in the store, and it's your chance to get the chair you've been wanting at half price. Check on the mattresses available during this going out of business sale, too, at the Recliner Center, 520 Coopers Gap Road, Rutherfordton. And here are the hours of the sale. The Recliner Center hours, Monday through Friday, 1 o'clock until 6 o'clock, 1 until 6, Monday through Friday, and Saturdays, 10 until 3. Don't miss this. It is a big one. The phone number, if you'd like to call, is 289-7782, but you do not have to call to make an appointment. You can show up out there after 12 o'clock. 1 o'clock, 1 to 6, and they'll be open for your convenience to help you get the deal of a lifetime. News from here and there coming up in just a moment.
At Smith Drugs of Forest City, we are continuing to offer the COVID-19 rapid testing and the COVID-19 vaccinations. Please call our pharmacy at 828-245-4591 with any questions or concerns that you may have. You may also visit our website at smithsdrugsfc.com and schedule your COVID rapid 19 test or your vaccination. Again, if you have any questions, please call our pharmacy at 828-245-4591.
And Smith Drugs of 4A City is offering the flu vaccines. You can walk in Monday through Friday or Saturdays by appointment only. Dream Station and System 1 CPAP customers, if you need assistance registering your recall devices, call the Home Medical Department at 245-4591. And they also have a large selection of in-stock mastectomy bras half off. Come in and see us at the Home Medical Equipment Department at Smith Drugs at 138 West Main Street in 4A City. Or again, call 245-4591.
Program reminder, the Braves start their season with us this afternoon. 6:50 will be airtime for that. Then 8 o'clock is first pitch as they go up against Cincinnati Reds at Braves Stadium tonight. Some news from here and there. Sheriff will address this in his report later on, but the social media threat toward East Rutherford High School considered a hoax. Authorities said Wednesday night that a social media threat directed toward East High School was found to be a hoax and confirmed that it was. A news release from the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office said investigators will continue to look into the incident to ensure the safety of all students and staff, and they will continue investigating that case. The Rutherford County Department of Social Services cordially invites the public to join in planning pinwheels for child abuse prevention awareness on Friday, April the 8th at 4 o'clock on the lawn of the Rutherford County Courthouse. From July 2020 to June 2021, there were 901 substantiated cases of abuse or neglect in Rutherford County. County leaders will help help bring awareness of this problem as well as solutions to the community. Speakers include District Court Judge Robert K. Martell, District Attorney Ted Bell, Sheriff Chris Francis, Sherry Bright of Family Resources, Sheila Bailey with the Guardian Ad Litem program, and Morgan Yelton, Say So Strong Able Youth Speaking Out. Children are welcome at this event to help plant a pinwheel garden. Other activities include face painting, Zumba activities, giveaways, and door prizes. According to DSS, the future prosperity of the state is built on the healthy development of children today. All children deserve to grow up in nurturing environments that foster their healthy development. Did you hear those statistics? July 20 to July 21, there were 901 substantiated cases of child abuse or neglect in Rutherford County alone. Terrible, folks, those are horrible, horrible numbers for a county like ours, small town friendly. And we have 901 cases of abuse or neglect of our children in Rutherford County in a year's time. That's got to stop. Well, due to rising costs of spaying and neutering cats and dogs, adoption fees at Rutherford County Animal Shelter, Laurel Hill Drive, Rutherford, have been increased. The adoption fee for a dog now is $110. The previous fee was $80. For adult male or female cats, the fee is now $60. The previous fee was $50 for female cats and $40 for male cats. Female cats worth more than the male cats. And for male or female kittens, the fee is now $80. The previous fee was $50 for the female kittens and $40 for the male kittens. According to James Kilgo, head of Rutherford County Animal Control, the cost increases are due to more expenses for the shelter to have the animals spayed or neutered. Kilgo said, by law, all animals have to be spayed or neutered before we can adopt them out from the facility. The spay and neuter services are performed by Animal Allies, a Spartanburg-based nonprofit animal spay and neuter clinic. Other animal control services fees remain the same. Heart of the Foothills also transports some of their animals outside of Rutherford County to be altered, while some of the procedures are performed locally. That organization's fee structure has not changed. Pet adoption through Heart of the Foothills will cost $150 for adult dogs, $250 for puppies, $50 for adult cats, $80 for kittens. The Rutherford County Animal Shelter is open Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Their full list of fees and other information is available online through the RutherfordCountyNC.gov website. That story courtesy of the Daily Courier and Scott Carpenter. Well, the Rutherford County Farmers Market begins its warm weather schedule on Saturday at 172 Park Square in Forest City. The market will operate each Saturday from 8 a.m. and through noon through October 29th. Operated by nonprofit organizers, Rutherford Barn. Organizers say they're eager for the season to begin and hopeful that it will feel more like normal after 2 years of crowded COVID pandemic. Visitors to the market can expect to see a variety of seasoned products such as lettuce, radishes, Swiss chard, microgreens, and beets. There will also be beef, pork, quail, trout, and honey. Eggs will also be available, chicken, duck, and quail. First-time visitors might be surprised to also see items like alpaca manure, compost, and worm castings. Craft vendors will also be on site selling products like homemade jellies, homemade jewelry, soap, lotion, lip balm, and various teas. All the vendors at the market are based within 50 miles of Forest City. A total of 29 vendors are returning from past seasons, and new ones are expected to join throughout the upcoming weeks. Organizers say this farmers market, more than simply fruits and vegetables, a big variety of transplants will be available. They've been proven successful in Rutherford County soil and climate. Stephanie Zanka, president of Rutherford Barn, is also happy to see the new market season beginning. Zanka says new farmers market customers will be surprised at how much money they can save by buying fresh produce at the farmers market. And again, schedule starting Saturday at Park Square. 14 minutes after 8 o'clock, the Sheriff's Report coming up here in just a few moments. Let me remind you also, give you a heads up, those of you who are in have your own business or help secretaries or office managers, nominate them to the annual WCAB Secretary's Day promotion. Send her name and the company name to us here at WCAB no later than April 25th. Now, there's a number of ways you can do that. You can fax it to us at 828-287-7182 if you're still faxing things. Or you can email it to me directly at jimbishop@nctv.com. Or mail it to us, Post Office Box 511, Rutherford, 28139. Or bring it by here at 191 Whiteside Road. We'll take them any of those ways, but we need to get it into us. The drawing will be taking place during the morning show, April 27th. The selected we'll select 10 names from those that have been sent in by random drawing, and we'll go to lunch with me on Friday the 29th, and we'll shower them with flowers and gifts and make them feel very special, of which they are. So, boss, she's counting on you, so don't disappoint her. Get it to us. But while you're thinking about it.
Hi, my name's Jake Johnson, and I'm running for North Carolina House District 113. If elected to represent you in the legislature, I will continue fighting for the lives of the unborn, defending our Second Amendment rights, cutting taxes and regulation, securing our elections, and standing up for veterans and law enforcement. Remember to vote Jake Johnson for North Carolina House in this year's Republican primary. Thank you and God bless. Paid for by the committee to elect Jake Johnson.
16 minutes after 8 o'clock. Hey, here you are. Those of you who have been to Cozy Homes, Cozy on Main, about their big sales, you'll be excited to know they've got another one this week. Cozy Home April Warehouse Sale, Thursday today through Saturday. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. today and tomorrow. And Saturday, 12 noon until 2. Enjoy all the popular merchandise at Cozy Home. Beautiful throw pillows, bed pillows, blankets, throws, matching towel sets, sheet sets, area rugs, dog beds, baby blankets, beautiful items from the line Biltmore. All this and more at Cozy Home April Warehouse Sale. It's starting today, tomorrow, and Saturday, 181 Duke Street, Forest City, right beside Henson Building Material. Now, it's a popular thing. You need to call your friends and buddies. I know folks that come all the way up from South Carolina for this big sale, so you don't want to get in a situation where you've missed out. So get over there early today and let them know you're there to save some money, and let them know you heard about it right here on WCAB. Commissioner Alan Toney scheduled to be with me at 8:30 this morning for his scheduled interview for his candidacy. A couple of items. I always love to have these positive stories that really make you feel good. We have enough negativity going on. We have to report those too to keep you lined on what's happening. But here's a story. You may have seen this on something, but on a basketball game, the whole crowd went silent for a moment. What high school is most viewed by people as a place that is loud, crazy, and full of all sorts of people. It is also viewed as a major bully zone where a lot of kids with disabilities like hearing, blindness, and autism are bullied dramatically. Well, this high school, on the other hand, was kind and actually stayed silent when one of their classmates was about to shoot a basketball free throw shot. But why was the whole crowd completely silent and still? 17-year-old Juliana Hooglin is a student at Zeeland Public Schools in Zeeland, Michigan. She's a basketball player on their girls' basketball team and is blind. She is part of the Z-Links program that the school offers. It's a program that participates in the Special Olympics unified sports. As Juliana was preparing and about to take her shot, the whole crowd of over 2,000 students went completely silent. This is a major sign of respect for their fellow classmates. And she was ready to make that shot. She was waiting, listening for the tap. The tap was created by a long stick being hit against the back pole of the basketball net. As she shot the shot, the whole crowd was in complete anticipation while watching the basketball get closer and closer to the hoop. When the ball went straight through the hoop, the whole crowd went nuts and were in awe. Julianne's mother, Karen Hooglin, told Fox News that she was super proud of her daughter for this. And I respect the students who were willing to cooperate so she could hear the tap. They had a long stick that tapped on the goalpost so she could hear where it was, and she made the shot, and it went through the goal. Amazing story. A lot of love there. Here's another interesting story, and I got to make room for the sheriff's report. There are a few more days special in a person's life than his or her wedding day, and a big part of what makes it so important is being surrounded by those you love. For Montana bride Haley Carver, having her papa at their wedding was a non-negotiable. A father figure to her, Carver knew she wanted Jose Guzman to walk her down the aisle. Well, after months of planning the wedding, slated for May this year, she and her fiancé Ethan received news of a tragic hitch in their plans. Her papa's cancer spread from his prostate into his liver and spine, and his chemotherapy used to treat it was no longer working. Carver, though, was resolute. Guzman would be in the wedding. I don't know what I would have done if I didn't have him there, she told the local news station through tears. I would have just walked myself with him. I would have just walked myself with his hat. It's like broke me, and I was thinking in my head, he has to get out of here because he has to be here. Well, thankfully, there are good Samaritans at Logan Health Medical Center in Kalispell. Wrote her papa, her papa is a patient. With the help of staff members at the medical center, Carver and her fiancé rushed the wedding up to the end of March. In a mere 18 hours, they were able to plan every part of the wedding, from scheduling a minister to officiate to having a wedding cake after the ceremony, and held it in Guzman's room in the ICU. Logan Health Chaplain Tracy Deal served as the officiant. The hospital's Health Nutrition Services Department made the wedding cake, and members of the Volunteers Department decorated the ICU for the ceremony. Logan Health Chaplain Tracy Dill told KECI-TV, "We wanted to make sure that whatever we could do on our end to have some happiness in this sad time of their life, we wanted to prove and provide that for her." With her papa by her side and a small gathering of family and friends gathered in the ICU, Carver and her now husband were married in an intimate and certainly unique ceremony. As the KECI-TV anchor stated, the kindness of strangers left the newlyweds with memories they'll never forget. So that's an amazing story where she was so intense on her papa being in the wedding. They moved the wedding to the ICU where he was dying so he could be a part of that wedding. Great story. Now here is Sheriff Chris Francis with the Sheriff's Report recorded earlier this morning.
In the last 24 hours, the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office has responded to 150 calls for service. There have been 15 arrests processed at county jail. Currently incarcerated, we have 165. Among those arrested, Dominique Chance Fernandez, 25-year-old male of Forest City, was charged with 2 counts of failure to appear and received a $1,000 secured bond. Raymond Earl Johnson, 44-year-old male of Forest City, was charged with 6 counts of felony failure to appear and received a $100,000 secured bond. Justin Wayne Craig, 22-year-old male of Boston, was charged with 2 counts of failure to appear and received a $500 secured bond. Jawan Rayford Tyner, 32-year-old male of Forest City, was charged with 8 counts of failure to appear and received a $12,750 secured bond. Anya Macaulay Washington, 20-year-old female of Shelby, was charged with 3 counts of failure to appear and received a $6,000 secured bond. Amy Lauder McCurry, 53-year-old female of Ellenboro, was charged with 2 counts of failure to appear and received a $3,000 secured bond. Jonathan Quentin Yant, 24-year-old male of Boston, was charged with failure to appear and received a $2,000 secured bond. Ivory Ann Crouch, 38-year-old female of Forest City, was charged with felony failure to appear and received a $2,500 secured bond. Andrew Galvin Dalton, 29-year-old male of Rutherford, was charged with resist, obstruct, delay, and was released on bond. Charles Allen Jacob Brandlett, 22-year-old male of Forest City, was charged with trafficking opium or heroin, maintaining a place to sell to sell these substances, sell and deliver controlled substances, altering the serial number on the gun, and 2 counts of drug paraphernalia. There was over 190 dosage units of fentanyl pills that were seized, as well as 2 handguns. He received a $250,000 secure bond, and this happened after a search warrant on Phillips Drive in the Sandy Mush area. We also had, under our instance, a larceny on US 64 in Rutherford. It's a brown mailbox valued at $50 that was taken. We had a communicating threats of mass violence. Someone had posted a threat to commit school shooting at East Rutherford High School on Twitter yesterday, and this got a lot of attention. We were able to utilize some different resources and have the school investigator, Captain Lovelace, as well as our school resource supervisor, Captain Gooch, were able to both identify and locate the source, and were able to interview the juvenile responsible in this, also along with the search of the residence, and there were no weapons located, and they did not able to validate a credible threat, but we'll continue this investigation and do feel comfortable with their findings, but they will continue to do everything to keep the students and faculty and staff safe at all of our schools, especially East Rutherford at the time of that Twitter feed. We also recovered a stolen motor vehicle, a 2013 Chevy Malibu. This was on Piney Mountain Church Road. Shelby Police Department is working this case, and we were in contact with their detectives, our findings there. We also had a assault on a female in US 221A, Mooresboro's adult male assaulted his mother. Warrants have been secured on him in that case. And Jim, that's what we had to report today.
My name is William Rogers. I told my dad I wanted to be on the radio for Rogers NC House. What you should know about David Rogers is that he was raised right here in this district. He loves his family and his community. He believes our traditional family values need to be protected from the people that aren't from here and who don't care about those values. He thinks it should be up to our parents whether or not we wear a mask to school and what shots we get. Please vote for David Rogers for NC House.
Paid for by Rogers for House.
Difficult for me to be vaccinated and for my child not to have that same protection. So it's time for all parents to have that conversation with their pediatricians.
Vaccines are an important part of the puzzle, and we can get back to making sure that their childhood is not a pandemic, but just normal and fun and happy.
Kids have a spot
to take their shot.
Visit myspot.nc.gov to schedule your child's COVID-19 vaccine today.
Science, technology, engineering, and math, or STEM, is an important part of instruction in North Carolina, but not all schools can provide it. NC Green Power is a nonprofit promoting STEM education through its Solar Plus Schools grant program. Donations to the program help provide training for teachers and hands-on activities for students. Plus, schools save on energy costs with an educational solar array. Help students by supporting Solar Plus Schools today. Visit ncgreenpower.org. Learn more and donate to benefit STEM education. ncgreenpower.org.
Mike Krzyzewski has slammed the door on rumors that he might unretire. Speculation began earlier this week when former Duke guard and ESPN radio host Jay Williams suggested Kay could return to the Duke sidelines with the departure of assistant coach Nolan Smith, who is taking a job as an assistant coach at Louisville under Kenny Payne. The 75-year-old Hall of Fame coach, addressing the speculation Wednesday on his Sirius XM show, said he's done with the coaching part of it. John Shire is set to take over for Krzyzewski next season. Technically, he's now the coach. Multiple reports have also indicated former Elon basketball coach Mike Schrage will join Duke to fill the vacancy that was made by Nolan Smith's departure. And it's finally here. Opening day, Major League Baseball. 9 games on the schedule. Josh Zach, NCN Sports.
Hello and happy Thursday. For the day ahead, we'll see scattered rain showers and thunderstorms off and on, especially early in the afternoon. Some of those storms can become strong to severe as they move east, damaging winds and hail all the main threats. We'll see highs today staying in the 70s. Rain showers tapering off this evening, return drier and cooler tonight. We'll be starting off in the 40s Friday morning. Partly cloudy sky with stray showers Friday afternoon and highs in the 60s. I'm meteorologist Zach Malak in the Weather Center.
58 degrees currently. It's cloudy outside, but it will be coming up sunny skies after a little bit. I think maybe the rain might be behind us, and we've got a beautiful weekend coming up. West winds on Friday, and wind gusts at about 23 miles per hour, getting up to 61, and 57 on Saturday. And on Sunday, looks like about 63 for a daytime high, and 74 again on Monday. April the 11th. So mostly sunny skies, but some heavy winds these next few days. It's 8:30, and we'll continue with our interviews with the candidates seeking for election, a re-election, in just a moment, right after this.
How hot is the new Scorching Hot 7 scratch-off from the North Carolina Education Lottery? Well, with a top prize of $700,000 and a bonus game on the back, people everywhere are hot to trot, in hot pursuit, and hot on the trail of these little hotcakes. So get out of your hot tub, put on your hot pants, and hot rod on over to strike while the iron is hot and pick up the new Scorching Hot 7 scratch-offs before someone else starts their hot streak and you find yourself left out in the cold. Must be 18 to play. Approximate overall odds of winning are 1 in 3.65. Problem gambling. Helpline 877-718-5543.
Imagine quality primary care health and urgent care services for you without the hassles. It is available to you and your family from Brock Family Care. Family medicine the way it ought to be. No insurance to deal with. General primary medical care, chronic disease prevention and management, urgent care, medication management, and so much more. Brock Family Care is a membership-based model where patients pay their primary care provider directly through monthly or annual fees rather than paying through an insurance provider. Not accepting any forms of health insurance cuts out the hassles and allows for more personalized and affordable health care. It may be time to move into this kind of plan for you and your family or your business. Call today and get more information. Here is the number. Write it down. 828-382-7282. This is the way health care should be. Call 828-382-7282. Brock Family Care, 289 Shallow Road, Forest City. It's 8:31 here on this Thursday morning, and we're continuing with our series of interviews with the candidates that are seeking election or re-election. Excuse me. With me this morning is Commissioner Alan Toney, who is seeking re-election. Good morning, glad to have you today.
Good morning, Jim. How are you doing today?
Doing great. For the benefit of our listeners, there are many people have moved in here since 4 years ago and new to the area, and some folks who heard you a long time ago. Review for our listeners and the newcomers to the county your background.
Okay, well, I'm Alan Toney, running for county commissioner. I was born and raised in Rutherford County, been here all my life. I don't guess I know anything different, but been married to my wife, Kathy, for 28 years. I have 2 adult sons, 22 and 27, Alan and Alex. And actually, my oldest son just got married in October, so I have a daughter now.
Oh, yeah.
Mary Catherine, so we're, extremely happy with that. So that's kind of a little bit about my family life. I'm a member of Golden Valley Missionary Methodist Church. Been county commissioner for, I guess this would be going on to my 8th year now. So I'm been there for 2 terms, and I'm seeking another term to be able to continue going forward for our county.
What's your line of work? What's your occupation?
I own a Service Master franchise, but here lately I do mainly remodeling work anymore. The majority of my work, we'll put stuff back together, remodel things, and, fun stuff like that.
Handyman, huh?
Yeah, that's what it boils down to, a lot of carpentry work.
Yeah. What has been the most rewarding aspect of being a Rutherford County Commissioner for you?
I see a lot of good things happening. And when you say, rewarding aspects of it, the one thing is the broadband. Since I've been in office, that's been something that's been a topic. Hey, we need some high-speed internet, and this is something this commission board has been working on. And so I can finally see that some things are taking place. You have the RDOF funds, which is a federal granting system, and several entities receive them. Charter, Starlink, receive the RDOF fund, and also the state does a GREAT grant. We actually partnered with Charter to be able to give them some advantage points to be able to receive that GREAT grant. So that's a good thing that I see taking place. Now, I hadn't heard whether or not they have received the GREAT grant, but that's great things happening. I do know that quality high-speed internet is coming. It's just been a slow process, and being in government, I'm learning more to understand that. It's not a fast process, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. But, with internet, something like this, we really need it here. And it's an important thing.
There's many sections of the county that don't have access to internet at all, so I can see that being a positive move for the county.
Like where I live.
Yeah.
I mean, I have no quality high-speed internet where I'm at. And unfortunately, I'm like a lot of other people in the county that don't have it. Now, Pangea, they had a company called CCBA, and we actually received a grant last year where they'll be able to build some towers and actually be able to offer high-speed internet through CCBA. We unveiled a tower last year that they had built at the Sunshine School ball field, or the old ball field. And so people in Sunshine are able to have high-speed internet. And that's certain areas. It's not a catch-all, but it's a good start on being able to get this internet.
On the flip side of that, what is the worst part about being a commissioner?
I don't know if there's really a worst part. It's you get criticized sometimes and for things just because people don't really know what all's going on, and you know, it's people need to be informed about what's happening, and a lot of times you get criticized for that when the information's not all put out there.
You know, I'm sure, I'm not putting words in your mouth, but I'm sure there are those things that are happening that you guys are not able to publicly talk about it, because a lot of things have to stay under the cover until it actually happens.
Yes, sir. Probably a good example would be the opioid lawsuits. You know, we entered in on that early. Mm-hmm. When I say early, it's been several years ago, and we couldn't say anything. I mean, because that was part of the agreement with the attorneys that were fighting this. And of course, now that there's been agreements reached, you know, we can actually start talking about it. Of course, it's on the news now, you know, and our NCACC, which is North Carolina Association of County Commissioners, you know, working closely with them, you know, this has been a good thing to be able to get the dollars flowing to the county to be able to, you know, help with this opioid situation. And I say flowing to the county. We're waiting on the money, but we hadn't seen it yet. But it's coming. So that's been something that we couldn't talk about for a long time.
Yeah. Where would you like to see Rutherford County in, say, 4 years from now?
Well, you know, I talked about the internet.
Yeah.
Best I can tell, that'll take place. I mean, that would be a 4-year. But another thing is our Highway 74 designated as a future interstate. I would love to see that. We've been working on that probably for several years now with our state and federal legislators. You know, trying to get that to come to fruition. So those two things I know, and of course this opioid settlement that I talked about, you know, that's gonna start flowing in, and that will be good for our citizens, especially the ones that unfortunately are hooked on this stuff, and it's just it really breaks your heart when you see, you know, the families that's destroyed because of this.
If Highway 74 is designated as an interstate, what will that mean to Rutherford County?
It will help with our economic development. If you look at us, of course, we're a Tier 1 economically distressed county. But if you look around us, you know, Polk County has an interstate, Cleveland County has an interstate, McDowell County has an interstate. So you have all these counties around us that have interstates, and a lot of times you're not even looked at if you don't have an interstate. So if we can get it designated as a future interstate, that will help us on our own recruitment for industry.
How close is that to happen? Do you have any idea?
I can't give you in terms of how close, but it's closer than I've ever seen it since I've been in office.
Closer than it was 4 years ago. Right?
It's closer than it was 4 years ago. Yes, sir.
What would you do to change the way the county is being run?
I don't want to change anything. I don't want to change the way it's being run. Our county manager does a good job. We lucked up, or we were blessed, I guess is a better way to put that, by having Steve come on board and work for the county. And actually, the commissioners that we sit with are good men, good people, and I enjoy working with them on the board because we work together. We try to do what's best, and I say we. I can't talk for them, but I've been around them long enough. You know, you see it. They want to do what's best for the county. We all want to do what's best for the county, so we have a good leadership team.
And you're serving as vice chair, I believe. Right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. As you campaign for re-election and see people around the county, what are the people saying to you? What's on their minds the most as you go out and about and see people?
Well, if you use the example, we just did a forum in Golden Valley. Some of the bigger questions, of course, were, you know, I think this was answered right off. Of course, was the broadband. Then you have the drug issue, which is a serious problem. But the other was talking about workforce development and people coming up into the workforce. And yeah, we can affect that some, but we don't have a lot of control over that. I know one of the good things that took place was the Applied Sciences building over at ICC. That's a workforce development building. That's what that building was built and designed for. So that was something that this commission board helped, because we had to finance part of that, and we helped get that to come to fruition too. So that's one of the things that I see is the workforce development. But again, we have some to do with that, but not a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
But that right there really helped a lot with that, where industries can come in and train their employees.
I noticed I believe it's this past Monday night's meeting, we didn't have the commissioner's report because we were doing set aside interviews. But one thing I noticed was county commissioners voted to give the deputies pay raise and EMS people a pay raise. Elaborate on that a minute, if you will. How did that come about?
Well, it's been something that we've been talking about. As you recall, we did a 4% across the board a few months ago, and that was for everybody. But unfortunately, our sheriff and EMS, we've been lagging behind. And when I say we've been lagging behind, other entities have been paying more, so that our folks have been leaving to go to these other places, and that's a real serious issue, because we want the deputies to be here. We have to have them here, no different than we have to have the jailers or the detention center employees there. So it had a lot to do with recruitment and retaining these employees. So you didn't have much of a choice but to be able to do this, because we want to keep them, and we want them paid well. Their job is a hard job. It's not an easy job to do. And same way with EMS, going from the 24 to 12-hour shifts should help us some with recruitment also. So not only the pay raise, but also going from that. And then too, you'll have a lot better person responding to your call, because they'll be, they're only working 12 hours versus 24 hours, and that's a long time.
Fresher, yeah.
Yeah, be fresher, more, it's going to be better.
Yeah. It's the size of county government that we have not right now in Rutherford County. It's the size of our government. Is it too big, too small, or just about right?
I believe it's just about right.
Yeah. Are there any available jobs open for anybody to go for right now?
Yes. Yeah, you can go to our website.
Okay.
And there'll be openings.
Are you campaigning any different this time than you did 4 years ago?
No, sir. No.
What's the difference in from moving from? This county's a big county.
It is.
Got a lot of geography to cover.
Yes, it is.
From Chimney Rock to Cliffside, I guess.
Yeah, it's a big county.
Yeah. How do you get around? Just go to forums and chicken pie suppers?
Yeah, go to forums, different things. Yeah, that's the best way. Which this year, I guess they're still dealing with some of the COVID issues. There's just not as much stuff as there has been in the past. Mm-hmm. I can remember in the past there's a lot of those chicken pie suppers, as you call it, but there's just not as many of those now. And so the forums right now are probably the best place to hear about your candidates, or to see them, or if you see them out, talk to them and ask them questions. Ask me questions if you see me out. I don't have a problem with that. And I work different places in the county, so I'm kind of all over the place sometimes.
The political numbers in the county are really outstanding in terms of the growth of the Republican Party over the Democrat Party. Others, the numbers are really outstanding in terms of where the Republican Party has gone to in support. Why is that happening? It's happening nationwide. Why is that happening in Rutherford County? The Republicans now outnumber the Democrats by strong numbers.
We're a true conservative county, and I say it that way. If you look at the historical data, especially from the last, 2 elections, usually you're going to have 60% vote Republican, and to me that's a pretty strong number. And our county's just it's a conservative county. We have a lot of conservative people here.
On the news, of course, I know you can't control things that are happening nationally, but how will the nation's financial situation that we're under right now, how will that affect this county as you prepare for the next budget?
We have to have a balanced budget. We don't have a choice, and we have to have our budget in at a certain time. So as far as the federal government doing what they do, that's not affecting our budget because we still have to balance ours. We have to get ours balanced and looking good.
Are any monies allocated at all coming down from the federal government or the state government to the county, or all the money you deal with strictly county taxes?
No, it's a lot of county dollars, but you do get state and federal dollars also.
Yeah. When does budget process come up again?
It's in the process as we speak.
Yeah.
It's Steve works on it and gets it prepared. So yeah, it's in the process. We'll start our meeting with like the school board and the isothermal community college board. I want to think that's next week that we start meeting with those entities to start working on the budget.
We always give the candidates the last word when we finish our interviews. We're wrapping things up for you. So you have the last word to say anything to our listeners that you want to say that we haven't gone over, or want to iterate on something.
Well, I just want to thank everyone for the trust that they have given me the last 4 years. It is a rewarding job, and sometimes it's hard. I mean, some of the decisions are hard, but I always try to make decisions that I think is best for the entire county, because it doesn't matter to me who you are. And I've always tried to do that. And I just want to continue to do that. I see a lot of great things happening in our county. And it's a slow process. I spoke of that earlier, the government. And that's fine. I'm not saying that's a problem, but it takes some time. And also you learn a lot being in there. You get to understand more the way things work, how things are done. And it really helps to be able to be in there and know those things. So I'm just asking for everyone's support again this time. Let's continue our county going forward. Let's continue doing good things for our county and our people that live here. And of course, elections start. End of April. Actually, early voting starts. I think it's April the 28th. So you'll be able to vote here in just a couple of weeks, and it won't be long. And then, of course, we know Election Day is May the 17th, and I would love to have your vote and your support.
Commissioner Alan Tony, my guest this morning, excuse me, as he continues campaigning for re-election as a county commissioner. Appreciate your time today. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'll be back in just a moment.
WCAB.
We'll continue with our interviews. Coming up next week, we'll move from the county commissioners. Sorry, go ahead. Push that door back so I can read that sign right there. There you go. Yeah, we move next into, I believe, April 12th. The clerk of court race has come up. Patsy Kirkley is scheduled to be here on the 13th of April. Then on the 12th of April, on the 14th, then Steve Owens is coming in. And we'll move into the clerk of all the county commissioners that have competition or opposition. We've covered those already, and we appreciate them being willing. And most of them have legitimate reasons to not be here. When we set these dates up, we set them up based on our calendar, how we can get to them and best observe the time with all the other programming needs that we have to accomplish here. And we send out these letters to them and designate a certain time. Then they have to readjust their calendar if they want to be on, and sometimes that's easy to do, and sometimes it's not as easy to do. So, and most of them, when they have a conflict, they will call and say, "We're not going to make it, Jim. I'm sorry. We appreciate the opportunity, but we're not going to be able to make that date." And then we have those that just completely ignore it altogether, don't respond one way or the other. So, and we have that over the years, which is fine. But we do appreciate Mr. Tony being with us today. A couple of other stories within will make room for My Great America with Jim and Butch coming up in just a few minutes, about 9:05 this morning. More great stories about our great America. April 14th, which is next Thursday, a week from today, next Thursday is declared National Not Ashamed of Jesus Day. Have you heard of that before? I'm not. National Not Ashamed of Jesus Day. President Joe Biden launched a new holiday recently with his grandiose proclamation on Transgender Day of Visibility 2022. His formal announcement from the White House included some high praise those transgender, non-binary, and gender non-conforming Americans who are sharing their stories in books and magazines, breaking glass ceilings of representation on television and movie screens, enlisting once again to serve proudly and openly in our military, getting elected and making policy at every level of government, and running businesses. Running was a Freudian slip. They're running businesses, curing diseases, and serving our communities in countless other ways. That's what Joe Biden said about the way they're opening the door for this. His promotion of the radical alternative sexual and gender lifestyle choice criticized efforts to criminalize supportive medical care for transgender kids, an euphemism for mutilating body surgeries inflicted on children that at least one state has declared child abuse. Biden also disparaged efforts to outlaw discussion of LGBTQI plus people in schools. When the high-profile case in Florida simply protects children in kindergarten through third grade from being sexually indoctrinated by teachers. However, President Biden did make one fascinating statement. Quote, I call upon all Americans to join us in lifting up the lives and voices of transgender people throughout our nation and to work toward eliminating discrimination against all genders, transgender, nonconforming, and non-binary people. And then he added, and to all people. Which raises the question as to whether Biden will be issuing another proclamation anytime soon, this one protecting another very large segment of Americans, a group increasingly marginalized, disrespected, and disparaged by both government and culture, namely Christians. But not to worry, folks. Christian apologist, radio talk show host, and author Dr. Michael Brown is launching a campaign to establish every April 14th a new annual day of observance he calls National Not Ashamed of Jesus Day. It's never been done before. On that day, Dr. Brown says we are encouraging every one of us to make a public statement of our faith in whatever way we can. Together we can make history. Together we can send a message. Together we can help turn the tide. Together we can overcome cancel culture and push back against the silencing of the lambs. Together we can and will be heard, he explained. You can wear a gospel-themed T-shirt to school or bring a Bible to work and put it on your desk. You can share the good news with someone new or make a clear proclamation of your faith on social media. Whatever is permitted and whatever is good and right, this will be the day to send a simple message. We're followers of Jesus and we're not ashamed. It's a message, says Brown, that should be delivered every day. But here's the thing. Many of us have floated under the radar for years. Our colleagues at work don't know we're believers. Our friends don't know about our faith, at least the depth of our faith. Our neighbors are unaware that we're believers. We may be sincere, but we're stealth, he said. Now is the time to come out of our hiding, come out of the closet, so to speak. But why April 14th? It's because of Esther 4:14, which quotes the famous words of Mordecai to Queen Esther when their Jewish people were facing mass attack and even annihilation at the provocation of Haman. Mordecai said to Esther, for if you remain silent at this time, relief and deliverance for the Jews will arise from another place, but you and your family's family will perish. And who knows this but that you have come to your royal position for such a time as this? Let me say that again. Let me read that scripture. For if you remain silent at this time, relief and deliverance for the Jews will arise from another place, but you and your family's family will perish. And who knows but that you have come to your royal position for such a time as this? He cited the shame that once was associated with gays and lesbians who promote out days and now are trying to shame those who do not support their agenda. While we pray for those who identify as LGBTQ, while we reach out to those on the radical left, while we bless those who curse us, we also stand up in the power of the Spirit and proclaim to the world we are not ashamed of the gospel, we're not ashamed of Jesus, we're not ashamed of God's word, and we will not be silenced, he said. You'll find a lot of practical ideas along with special information for leaders at notashamedofjesus.org. Notashamedofjesus.org. Check that out. on his topic, Brown recently released a book, The Silencing of the Lambs, The Ominous Rise of Cancel Culture and How We Can Observe It. Great day. Again, that's April 14th, based on Esther 4:14. Perhaps we're all in this battle for a time such as this. Will we cower down? Will we let them have their way and silence us? Or will we be bold enough to stand up and speak up until maybe they shut up? I don't know, but it's one of those things. April 14th. It's one of those things to think about. Perhaps talk it up in your church and in your Sunday school class. It is important. National Not Ashamed of Jesus Day, April 14th. Just want to share that information. That's what's happening out there on the good, positive side of this culture battle that we're underway with, because every day we're being heavy hit with those, let's love them and raise them up and give them what they want, and let's turn Disney into an LGBTQXYZ theme park, and let's raise the gay flag in front of the nation's federal buildings, and let's have gay days and gay parades, and let's put them in high honor, and let's elect people to office, and let's appoint people who think God made a mistake and they were born one sex but they think they should be another. We're putting them in decision-making positions in Washington because we got to give them praise and glory because they're stepping out and coming out of the closet, so to speak, in their lifestyle, as evil as it might be. So keep that in mind. Anyway, that's about wrapping it up for me. I am going to step away for a few minutes, get ready for My Great America with Jim and Butch. Butch is in the building, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll be going back here to the Blue Room in our quasi-lighted room because of light fixture problem. But we'll keep the spotlight on Butch this morning so he can be seen and heard. One of those things that we're having to redo all the light fixtures in the building. Building's 57 years old. Station's been on the air 57 years. Station's 57 years. A lot of these things have never been taken care of, but they're having to be taken care of now. So we've got some of that expense that we're involved with. So I appreciate all the good help that's going into that as well. Got some good folks that are willing to help. 8:57. Let's see we can do this. Stand by.
WCAB